I'm Zach.
And I'm Lindsay.
And we're the Game Forum.
For first impressions, we're only allowed to play the game for 2 hours, and we're not allowed to talk to each other until this video to see what we actually think about it.
Yep. This week we're going to be going over Dreams for the PlayStation 4.
Alright, so what's your initial thoughts on Dreams?
If this isn't considered Game of the Year by some outlet, I'm going to be actually upset.
Yeah, I am too.
It's not going to beat out The Last of Us Part 2 or like Cyberpunk in like the Game Awards, but there's going to be some outlet that gives this Game of the Year.
This is probably one of the most ambitious things I've seen from any studio in a very long time.
And it works.
Yes.
I mean, well, I guess it can work and it also cannot work. And it's just really up to the creator.
Okay, so for this one, I was looking at it, and I kind of went into this with not really sure what to think.
Yeah.
Because this was supposed to come out as like a launch title for the PlayStation VR years ago.
Launch title, launch year, something. Because it was announced when the PS4 was announced, but yeah.
And I remember like thinking, okay, it's been like so long, what's been going on? But now playing this, I totally understand why it's taking them so long to do this. This is pretty much just like a game engine that's been tooled for anybody to use.
Yeah, and it's not just like, because there's been multiple game engines. There's RPG Maker on PC. Yeah. There's probably some other ones, but this one is like, not only is it an engine to make entire games, they made it comprehensible.
Yeah,
to where like you can like, and there's a whole social networking in it too.
And see, it's not just like, okay, like RPG Maker helps you make RPG stuff.
Yeah.
But this is like anything.
Yeah.
Like a shooter, a racing game,
yeah.
a puzzle game.
And like, let's say you want to create something like you like guns. And so like, let's say you create a gun and like, this looks cool. Someone could be like, hey, I'm making a first person shooter. I don't know how to make guns. That looks cool. And then they use it and it's just like,
yeah, and it gives you credit for it in their stuff. Like it has it puts together a credits system.
Yeah.
Saying, this person was the lead designer and they developed the game and the levels, but this person did the character models.
This person did audio.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, man. It's definitely not going to win Game of the Year, but it's got to win something. I'm sure.
Our experiences in this game are going to be vastly different from each other because the stuff you get to play everything is way different.
Yeah, like the first thing that I went for was a horror game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's obviously not your taste.
Yeah.
But I was like, I just looked up horror as a genre to search for, and it's like, okay, here is like 3,000 different games. And I'm like, this is just unbelievable. And this is something I was thinking about, like, Dreams is only going to get better.
Oh, yes. I mean,
it's never going to get worse.
It's only got like a little bit of stuff in it compared to what it will have, because this has only been accessible to people specifically to put stuff in it, so when it launches it'll have something.
Yeah.
But the community as a whole is pretty much brand new, starting from the ground up, and just seeing some of the stuff people have already done is incredible.
Like, there's someone that is completely remaking Metal Gear Solid 1. Mm-hmm. But they have the first level out now, but they're like, hey, this isn't done. This is going to take a while.
Yeah.
It might be the end of the year, maybe next year, but they will have Metal Gear Solid 1 completely remade in this game.
So one of the games, I was just browsing through some of the genres and stuff. I found like a recreation of Fallout.
What?
Yeah. Like, it's not very long. It's still in development, but like the opening screen is like a garage, and it has like a power armor on like one of the loaders that's being worked on. Has like a Pip-Boy, has all the other stuff, and the graphics are good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like PlayStation 3 era graphics. Maybe early PlayStation 3, but decent graphics for it, and it doesn't look like just janky or...
Yeah.
If you saw this, you'd be like, okay, someone's obviously been doing some modeling and some stuff on a PC, and they're like doing this, but this is like in a game engine on another game.
Oh my god.
And so you actually got to go through...
I've never even seen that.
No, you got to go through... I saved this one, but you get to go through... you can pull up your Pip-Boy on your arm, and it has the menus in it, and it's all in green, just like the other stuff from Fallout. It gives you the starting pistol. You get to Mr. Handy gives you a starting pistol. You get to go up to an elevator, and it takes you up to like a a collapsed overpass kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's like all these busted cars everywhere. You can go to another level that's like in a city, and there's 2 enemies there you can fight. Their health bars work the same way, where it shrinks toward the middle. You can search through like mailboxes and trash cans for items.
Oh my god!
There's not a lot to it, but I mean, to look
It's
at
a
it,
start.
yeah, to look at it, you'd be like, this is just Fallout.
Yeah.
Like if you just gave it to somebody else, they'd be like, oh, so this is like an alpha for a new Fallout, right? Like you couldn't tell the difference. It was incredible.
I need to look at that because there's so many. I mean, we gave ourselves an hour of the creativity. You didn't create anything. Did you?
I didn't create anything.
I didn't
I figured that would take a lot longer than an hour to figure stuff out.
Yeah.
So I really just kind of went around and tried different stuff, and there's so much different stuff. I tried a lot of smaller ones.
Yeah, I started off a little too big and got carried away, which I had already told you about previously. But the first game, this is the first thing I ever done was with Dreams, was Silent Hills, which is the now canceled game from Konami and stuff. And it fully recreated the trailer, which led to the announcement of Silent Hills. And I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. But then it did 3 months earlier, and it was, you're a detective. I think you were the detective in the trailer, and it's just like at the police station. Leading up to that, and there's that scene where it was like you're walking through the hallway and you can hear the different like people talking like next to you, and you can actually like hear it like pass by, and you can go, and it's just like that was super incredible. I was not expecting that to like actually be that well thought out. This game is creepy, and like what plays into it so well is that the characters look really creepy because they look unsettling because like I guess whoever made the characters, it takes time. Like the Dreams, they're not going to be photorealistic. They're not going to. Well, I mean, I guess they could be. I guess someone takes
enough time to model it.
Yeah, and but they were like, I've captured the footage of this one scene. I know I have it, and so hopefully when we edit the video, we can throw this in there or just to show it. It like zooms in on this dude's face. He's in his apartment. You're in front of him talking to him. It's pitch black except for the TV. The static of the TV is lighting his face, and it's just slowly zooming into his face, and he just starts tilting his head as he's like saying something. And I'm like, this is creepy. Like whoever it went from like, man, I can't wait to play horror games, and I'm like, who thought of this? Like who's coming up with this stuff? But those was some notes. Yeah, it was just really spooky. The voice acting was good. Oh yeah, there's dialogue choices. When I was interrogating a guy in the police station, and it gave me dialogue options, and like you have to get the correct answer out of him. You could do the wrong choices, and he'll shut up, and like you won't get anything from him. But I didn't finish it. That was the one I didn't play. It was like 30-40 minutes. I got 20 some odd minutes through, and I was like, I need to stop. I got to play other stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so I played a couple other smaller ones. One of them was really neat. It was like Disaster Simulator or something like that.
Oh man!
And you got to be like a deformed looking Godzilla kind of monster. And you got to go in and you had to smash as much stuff in this city in this time limit, and then it kept like score of like who had the most destruction in a certain amount of time. And I'm like,
was there a leaderboard?
Yeah, it had like a leaderboard and stuff. I'm like, it was really cool. There's another game I played. It was like, it almost looked like a Mario Party kind of thing. You were, and it looks like they're going to be adding in multiplayer stuff because this one was set up like a multiplayer game. Like there's 2 little hammer people. Yeah. And every time you hit the X button, like you end up hammering the ground. Yeah. And so it went through like different stages, and it was like a competition. It was like a 2-player competition game. And so it was like, I don't know if I could have turned on another controller and done a split screen kind of 2-player. Yeah. I'm not sure. I should have tried that.
Or maybe like pass the controller. Maybe that was their idea.
It was like versus like all at the same time. And so it was like, the first one was like you had to hammer in, whoever could hammer in the most nails fastest, like won that round. And then it was like soccer, and it was like you had to like hammer a ball, and they would like push it toward a direction, but you could also go hammer a button to lift your goal up so the other person couldn't score. And then the last one was like you were on like a puzzle piece platform, and when you hammer, it would like take the puzzle pieces away, like blow them away in a straight line. Yeah. And whoever fell through first, like lost. So I mean, it had like a couple little mini games set up in like a tournament style thing, and whoever won like the most of them ended up like winning overall.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was really well done. I mean, it felt just like a Mario Party kind of game.
That's so cool. Actually, after I played the Silent Hills little experience, I heard my wife waking up, and so I was like, hey, Candace, come here. I wanted to show her this, and I was telling her about this. And she was actually kind of like blown away. I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. And I was like, just think of something for me to type in, and we'll see if there's a game of it. And she was like, horses, because she loves horses. She used to have a horse, all this kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, I typed in horses, and there's a whole bunch of games, dealing with like, there's a horse like caretaker simulator thing, and then there was another game. It was just called Horse. I was like, okay, I think this is you control a horse and you walk or whatever. So I clicked on that. It loaded it up, and you're a horse on all four legs in a stall, and it's pointed towards the back of the stall. So you turn around and you see this like path that you can like walk out of and stuff, and it's like it's got fences on the side, so you can't go anywhere. It's like a linear path. Okay. So I proceed to turn the camera around and push forward. This horse proceeds to stand up on his legs and starts like striding across. I was like, what the heck is this? And it was like his arms, you can't see me, but his arms were like flopping in the air. And it was like, what? Like, I was not expecting this to be like goofy. I thought it was a horse walking game. Let's see, what else? So there was that. So those are all those were the ones you played and stuff?
Well, I played a couple other ones, too.
Oh, okay.
I played one that really reminded me of a Surgeon Simulator. It was like a cooking game.
I saw that because it was unrecommended, but I didn't play it.
I played it. It was really short. Like, the game might have lasted like 30 seconds or something.
Yeah.
And pretty much what you do is... You grab one hand or you grab a cell phone with one hand, and with your other hand, it has like both sticks control. Like one stick controls up and down, one stick controls left and right.
Yeah.
And it's like set up to be awkward and like overly movement, and you have to like chop stuff and try and cook it while you're on the phone.
Ooh.
But it's like set up to be like horrible controls, like Surgeon Simulator.
Yeah, I need to check that out. A couple others that I played a car driving game where it was like a very barren landscape, and you were in the cockpit, like the driver's side of the car. And it was cool. The driving felt cool. It had whoever like had it set up to where like the gas meter, or not the gas meter, the speedometer would like actually move and stuff. And there was radio stations, but there was no audio.
Yeah.
So it was just whatever.
I tried a kart racer, and it was almost like Mario Kart. Like, there was like a long level.
Yeah.
You got to pick from 4 different racers, and then they also had like speed boosts throughout the level. If you drove over it, you'd speed up. You could drift, and they had like pickups. Everything was like an exploding duck, or like a running duck or something, and then there was missiles. But I'm like, it was just a cool little kart racer.
Yeah. Did you see that there's these tags? There's game, visual audio, and then there's a third tag, whatever. And you can they're separate.
Okay, I didn't notice that.
So there's things that are just audio for you to like look at, but then there's visual things which range from like pictures to movies. And I found the beginning of A New Hope in Star Wars completely recreated using the audio from the movies. I don't know how legal this is, but the entire scene with like Darth Vader showing up on the ship trying to find Leia was like completely remade in Dreams with the audio from the movie. And it was like,
really cool.
This is awesome. But so I played that, but this is the last one that I played. This one is called Slayer Scrolls 2. The first one's already on there, but he's made the sequel. This will be the game that wins awards if they continue to do this. So it's an RPG, but it has the music is like incredible. I mean, like this is like professional grade, like Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy style music. It's insane. And then there's dialogue choices, and you can choose. It has like actually good voice acting. I mean, I'm pretty sure these are like legit video game voice actors. Maybe not like crazy known or whatever. Like there's this really epic emotional moment that happens, and you're just kind of like hack and slash first person kind of thing, and it's just super incredible. It's really like, oh man, this is really cool. but it's an open world game. So it's
Really?
an open world and it has fast travel. There's points. There's a map you can pull up that has like fast travel points, and then there's a menu that has items, which items you carry. It has quests, which is all the quests that you have. It has character, which is all of your equipment, and then it has settings, so like normal stuff or whatever. But you can choose a quest, and then it changes on the little compass like a quest marker for like, oh, you need to go there, and then there's like you go to the main village. There's a shop that sells things, and you can sell stuff to this person. You can buy things. There's it's just like there you go and you have to go talk to this king, and he gives you a bunch of quests, and like, oh, you need to help the villagers of the town or whatever, and you go and you get all their side quests, and you like venture out, and I'm like, this is a full blown like RPG made in Dreams.
Yeah.
But that's the last of the.
So I played two other ones. I played one. It was like a Starfighter game, and the graphics on it looked really good. The controls are a little tough. Like, it didn't quite respond the way I wanted it to.
Yeah.
But it was still very impressive to see it. And I played another one. It was like a top isometric view, kind of like Diablo.
Yeah.
And you'd go in and you'd attack like these different enemies and go throughout everything. And it would have like save spots. It had your health. It had like a shop where you could like sell and buy stuff. I mean, it was pretty intricate for something somebody else has done.
Oh, wow.
So I guess now getting off the games itself, what do you think about the overall performance of Dreams? I think this is going to open up a ton of possibilities. I'm now way more excited for this game than I was going into it.
Yeah. Like, did you play Arch Dream?
I played about 45 minutes of it.
Okay. That sold me a lot. I mean, like, the little mini game stuff, or the things that people have made is cool and all, but that story, after that, I want to go home and finish it because I didn't finish it and stuff, and I'm like, it's so unique, and I know it's short, it's like 6 hours long, I think, but that's still like that's reasonable, But it's not like they can't make more content.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that I thought was like really awesome, and I mean, of course, it's Media Molecule,
Well, like I said, to me, the most exciting part of this is seeing what kind of games people will create out of this.
Yeah.
Especially once they add in the multiplayer aspect. Because, I mean, we could see great stuff like Mario Party. We could see, someone might go back and be like, you know what, I'm going to make Battlefront 3, the old one.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know what people can make in this, especially with the community as it is. I mean, there's almost a limitless possibility, and for a company to say that, I'm like, okay, that sounds like great PR, but okay, not really.
Yeah.
But this company is like, okay, yeah, really. Like, there's not really a limit to like what they can do with this. It is incredible.
Yeah. I mean, imagine the possibilities if you're able to with VR when that gets added. Like this. Man, I really wish they would have this in VR or whatever. This is gonna have it.
Yeah.
This is gonna straight up have like these crazy experiences in VR. Like, no developer is gonna make a game that simulates you falling off a building.
Yeah.
Like going
But
through
people
that.
will.
But people will, because there's no they're not. I mean, I don't know. I guess Media Molecule could.
Okay, there's definitely going to be some
mediate.
pullback,
Yeah.
because I'm sure people are going to make stuff that's like wildly inappropriate for children.
Yeah, that is true.
Because it does have a report this
Yeah.
game option. Because with that amount of freedom and creativity, there's definitely going to be some crazy stuff out there.
Yeah, that is true.
But I do think it'll give people the freedom to make stuff that studios would not dedicate a budget to.
Yeah.
So, if there's something you're like, man, I really wish there was this one type of game, but no one's made it, this would be your opportunity to get out there and do it.
Yeah.
And it's not just you by yourself either. You can be like I was thinking about making some type of like warship customizable combat game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could, load in something else somebody did for water or something, and then make some boats, and then maybe load in some animations or something from someone else.
Yeah.
I mean, like with this, like the possibilities are literally endless with
Yeah.
this game.
Like, because I was thinking, like, there's some things that I would like to design. It's all, like, horror related, because I just love horror or anything. But I was thinking, like, man, I would love to either write a story or an idea to throw out there for someone to develop. And I'm like, well, how would I do that? I'm like, oh, just get, like, a blank wall or whatever and just start writing text on it. That would be like, hey, this is a story that I thought of. Someone do something with it. So like, there's nothing that you can't do in this. I'm sure that there will be eventually. Someone will think of something like, oh, look, it doesn't do this. But it's like, it's still like, this is incredible. I was not expecting. I thought this was going to be like, it's Little Big Planet.
Yeah,
Little Big Planet.
That's pretty much what I came into this game expecting. You can kind of do some customization. You can kind of do some of this, but this literally blows the doors off of all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, if you can think it, you could probably find a way to do it in this game.
Yeah, and it's literally like, man, I typed in blah, 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 and there isn't anything there. I'm like, well, give it some time or start on it yourself.
Oh, there was another game I played I forgot to talk about. You are a artist who has been trying to submit your art to a museum,
Yeah.
and they keep denying you. So you get vengeful and you go to a museum with a baseball bat, and you have to break as much stuff in a time limit as possible, but you have to hide your bat from other patrons and guards, so you can't get caught. So you have to run around and find times where no one's looking at you to smash stuff. And it was just a lot of fun.
Like, I'm going to be able to sit down and play Dreams tonight, and I'm like, dude, where do I even start?
Exactly. I mean, I really want to start getting into the creation aspect of this.
That is something I want to do. What are some things you want to
I mean, I've been doing a lot of the 3D modeling.
Yeah.
I'd love to just get in there and see what type of stuff I can do in 3D modeling on this program.
Yeah.
I really want to get in there. I want to try and make some type of, like, 2-player or versus kind of mode.
Yeah.
And have it be like battleships or something where you get to customize your battleship.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you start with like pirate ships or something, and maybe there's an unlock system. Maybe the more you play it, maybe I could have it to where you like level up and you can get to like, modern battleships and then like space cruisers or something. I don't know what all you can do in this game. But, I mean, something like that I've always kind of wanted to make, and I'm going to try and do it.
Yeah. I'm torn between doing something musically, just because I do have a small musical background, or going full on and, like, I want to make a monster for a horror game or do something. I just want to... It's like, there's so many ideas I've had of like, man, that would be scary. This would be terrifying. And I'm like, well, now I can actually do it. I don't know how like easy the tools are to use to create, because I haven't used it yet. But as far as from feedback that I've heard from other people, it seems like it's at least approachable.
Yes. Like it seems pretty open to everything, especially considered some of the other rendering programs. I mean, I've been using Blender, and Blender is pretty tricky. Like, you got to really know a lot of the hotkeys. You got to know how certain things work and interact with each other.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the most user-friendly thing out there.
Yeah, and you can use the Move controllers too.
Yes,
and so you can have more of a finite. I guess it would be easier to use the Move controllers, but I think they said like the default option is to use the controller.
Okay, there is one thing I will say. Like the standard navigation in the menus.
I don't like
the 6-axis.
I don't like that. Yeah,
I ended up turning that off.
You can turn it off?
Yes, you can turn it off.
Okay.
I ended up. I kept trying to do it, and I kept forgetting that was an option.
Yeah.
And I'd go to like scroll to something, and I'm like, "What's it do?" Oh yeah, that's right. I can't do that. But you can go in and turn it off and just use like the stuff on the controller.
Yeah, I constantly would be playing, and like my 1-year-old would come up and like try to grab the controller, so I'd move it away from her, and it would hit the edge of the screen. So when I come back, it's like all the way to the left. I'm like, I have to reset it every time.
Yeah, no, that was kind of the one thing. I get what they were going with, but it's not something I really liked.
Well, for a game, God, like this game has been in development for a long time, and it's a game maker while also being a game itself, while also being a social networking, and I don't even know what this is. I mean, this really is
a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and it's like Media Molecule that made Little Big Planet 1 and 2, and then made Tearaway on the Vita.
And Mod Nation Racers, I played.
Did they make Mod Nation? Oh, okay.
I think so too.
Oh, it's just like, dude, these Sony did right by not shutting the studio down or canceling this game because they very well could have.
This is probably one of the most ambitious projects of a game I've seen maybe ever.
Yeah, and it's out. It's being received well. At least as of a few days ago, prior to recording this, the Metacritic was at 91.
I guess to close this out, would you recommend this game to people?
I don't know. It's $40, right?
It's $40.
It's $40. If you really, really want to create and are interested in creating, 100% get this. If you're cautious about that, I would wait because this has to be a free PlayStation Plus game sometime this year, maybe even like next year. Sony is going to want this, and they'll be smart to have this in everyone's hands.
Yes.
They have to. Maybe a PlayStation 5 pack in like the Playroom.
Yeah. I have to say, for $40, I still think this game is really worth it.
Yeah.
Just because this game is going to be able to give you experiences you are not going to be able to find anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, whether it be a 30-second thing or, an hour-long epic thing somebody has done. This game, whether or not you want to create or not, if you want to create something, buy this game immediately. You should already have this game.
Yeah.
If you don't, and you're kind of like, I don't know if I should get this or not, just from all the little experiences and stuff that I've played in, 2 hours, I would highly recommend this game. It's got elements of everything from Mario Party and Mario Kart to people like completely remaking like Fallout and Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Regardless of what your interest is, you're going to be able to find some stuff to hook you in with this.
That is true.
I definitely think it's not a full $60 game.
Yeah.
You're not going to be seeing, that amount of polish, but you're going to be seeing an amount of variety that you cannot find anywhere else on a console, period.
Yeah. And, like, ironically, throughout the year, while the value and price is going down, your value and what you get from the game is only going to go up.
Yes.
So when the game goes on sale in November, this game is going to be more worth the money than it is even now.
Yes.
That's crazy. They really struck gold with this. I just hope that this isn't the end of them.
No, I hope they get the recognition that I feel like they deserve
Yeah.
for doing something like this.
Yeah. No, I agree. Is that all for your thoughts?
I think that's it.
Okay. So this was our first impressions of Dreams on the PS4. I'm Zach.
And I'm Lindsay.
And we're the Game Forum.